Hello again, my friends. It is your loan guy, Troy, with the Reichert Mortgage Team. Wanted to bring you some information again. Here we are. We're going to bring it to you. We love to help veteran brothers and sisters out there to get their home financing goals figured out, put that together for them, be right next to them, right beside them, walk them through the process so they don't feel alone. There's a lot of things that we have to talk about here. So we want to be an advocate for you and your family to make sure that you are getting the best deal and providing the best experience that we can when you're looking to purchase a home or refinance, those kind of things, right? So, again, really looking forward to putting this together. What are we talking about? We're talking about the VA loan application today, okay? And we're going to be talking about how that works, why it's important, and how we go about doing that and when you should, right? So, remember, the VA loan application is extremely important. Why is it important? It compares your information to the VA guidelines because there's certain things that we have to meet, right, in order to be able to say, yep, we're going to be able to give you that financing so you can purchase your home. Not only the VA guidelines that are out there, it helps figure out what the lender requires as well, okay? A lot of them mirror each other. There are certain things that the lender says, you know what, we need additional information than what the VA requires. Sometimes it's more like the VA requires more than what the actual lender requires. I'm a broker. I have many different lenders. Generally speaking, they all 95% of the stuff would be the same, and then there's 5% of stuff for different lenders that they might require or might not require, right? So I try to find the best fit for you in your situation, in your family there, and that's why I recommend certain relationships, lending relationships that I've brokered over in the past. So also what it could do, this application, the importance, it could clean up a couple of things that maybe you didn't know was out there to give you, again, the best experience and the best deal, either interest rates, fees, those kind of things. Maybe we need to get that credit score up just a little bit to get you that better interest rate, right? Maybe there's something out there that you weren't aware of, such as a judgment. Maybe there's a bankruptcy out there that would slow us down and create a challenge so we can figure out what we need to do to let that time pass, right? So we need to really talk about those things and make sure you're in the best position to get that squared away. That loan application really, really, really figures that stuff out for us, okay? Also, what does the application do? It gets you pre-approved, right, for a home. Pre-approved is different than pre-qualified, right? Pre-approved is we take care of the information and we get documents, not just a conversation, okay? Want to make sure we're talking the same language there. We work on pre-approvals to make sure that everything is squared away for you and there aren't any guesses going on out there, okay? It also allows you to see homes. A lot of sellers, agents might indeed require a pre-approval letter from a reputable lender to even go see a home that you might be interested in. So we want to get that squared away for you, okay? It also helps craft a potential offer that you want to put on a house. Let's say you see a home, you really love it, it's going to fit your needs, it's in the right location, number of bedrooms, and the price point looks really good for you to keep your mortgage payment where you want it to go. Now, we have a conversation after that and say, you know what, I really love this. So the buyer's agent, myself, and you and your family will all kind of get together and we brainstorm based upon the pre-approval to figure out okay, well, we have X amount of dollars that we can dedicate to this, and it's a multiple offer situation. We're willing to put a little extra cash down to get there, or maybe it's you want to buy down the interest rate. And how do we do that? Well, we get seller help from in the form of concessions to do that, and we craft the offer to get that done for you, okay? That pre-approval really helps figure out what we can do as far as that's concerned, as well as putting offers in, okay? What information is needed? That's really important. Now, each situation completely unique, right? I'm kind of going over the heavy hitters, the big stuff, right? Well, we need to know what kind of income we can use, okay? Income needs to be stable and reliable. What do I mean by that? Well, you can't just have gotten a job, right? And let's say it's a commission job. Commission jobs require X amount of time in order to use that because it needs to be stable and reliable. Commission jobs, you might make, $5,000 one month, $10,000 one month, $1,000 another month, and we really need some time to average that out, right? So that's why it's really important to kind of get that done. Now, the most stable and reliable stuff out there, especially on a VA loan, right, is for active duty folks. Well, obviously your base pay, your BAH, your BAS. We help you figure out what that is and how that can help you qualify. If you're separated, maybe you get some VA disability, your pension, those kind of things. There's maybe an opportunity where you have some other type of stable stuff like a Social Security. You have also some child support income, right? Those kind of things. So we look at all of that. Now, income, we only need to use the income that we need to use to qualify, right? So what we do is we gather it and then we say, well, maybe we don't need to turn in this stuff because the less we have to show an underwriter, the better, right? Makes it simple on you. We don't need to refresh some documents or something like that. And if it's easier for the underwriter, your experience is that much better, okay? So we help you put that all together based upon a potential offer. And once you get under contract, we say, hey, maybe we don't put all of this stuff in here, right? So we can definitely do that. Now, the other part that we look at, or one of the other parts, is assets, right? The major asset, that we look at are checking accounts, savings accounts, 401k, TSP. We can even look at gift funds, right? VA loans do indeed allow gift funds to, if you wanted to put some money down or you wanted to help with closing costs, those kind of things can absolutely help in that regard, okay? So we look at all of that stuff. And assets are just like income. We try to collect it all to make sure we know what we can do. But once we're under contract, we can say, well, we don't need to turn some of these things in. Let's go ahead and make it easier for everybody. And so we do that for you, okay? Now, the other big piece that we look at is your credit, okay? It's not just about credit score. In fact, the VA themselves, they don't necessarily have a credit score requirement in order to get a home loan. But lenders do, okay? Each lender might have a different risk tolerance. I have some ones that, would prefer to have higher credit scores and you get better interest rates for that. I have some that allow credit challenges as well. I would say very confidently I can do things in the 580 and above range, but sometimes I can even go lower depending upon some compensating factors that you might have, okay? So again, let's talk about those things. I am certified in credit counseling, so if you want to talk about a credit plan, we can do that as well. But we can look at all those things. But it's also not just the credit score; it's the information inside the credit report, right? All of those trade lines. Trade lines are basically just line items of credit. So another mortgage would be a trade line, an auto loan would be a trade line, a credit card would be a trade line, and even some derogatory items such as charge-offs, collections. Those are considered trade lines as well, or pieces of information inside the credit report. So we need to look at all of that information combined with the credit score to see if we have a good credit profile to move forward and get you pre-approved for a home loan, okay? Now, if there's one piece of advice that I could give, okay, get the application done early, at least 6 months early if you can, because we want to start looking at these items and try to get you the best experience possible. We want to analyze all that with you, okay? Now, if you just looked at a house and you haven't got pre-approved yet and you give me a call, we got you. Don't worry about that. We're going to stop everything, get you pre-approved as long as everything falls into place so you can go ahead and put an offer in on that home that you really love, okay? So, again, my advice is get it done early, but we can still help you along the way if it's one of those nuclear moments where you need to get that pre-approval put in place right away so you can put an offer in. Again, I really appreciate you stopping by. We are here for you. Contact information is right there for you. Please call your loan guy, Troy, right here. Give me a buzz. Give me a text. Give me an email. Let's start that application process. We got you. Take care. Bye-bye.